the Mustang in the tower lane. Take it on the Chevelle. A wide variety of race cars. You'll see every make and model possible in the rod classes, especially here in hot rod. On the tower side from Clayton, North Carolina, taking on Derek Willard from Roseboro, North Carolina. A pair of Chevy 2s. And Ray Godfrey's 4-speed Maverick in the WTQR lane, retired Navy man from Palmyra, Virginia. Palmyra, Virginia, that is. The 7-plant heads-up index, the number to run. Robert Holloway from Raleigh, North Carolina, from the capital city of North Carolina in that 1969. On Kenny Farrell from Fort Mill, South Carolina. That red Camaro out of 7-flat as well. Heads up. Here's Hot Rod. On the 7-flat. The Outlaw Chevy 2 coming up in the tower lane. Johnny Cobb. Michaelsville, North Carolina, here in the tower lane. And David Foster, Super Dave in the WTQL lane from Winston-Salem. David, a former track champion here at Farmington and top eliminator, competing in hot rod. Attention indicator, give me Super Stock Eliminator to staging lane 7 and 8, please. Super Stock Eliminator to staging lane 7 and 8. World champion Glenn Ferguson Jr. from Greensboro, North Carolina, in the Ford Fairlane, 427 cubic inch. Taking on Todd Dixon from Pleasant Garden, North Carolina, behind the controls of the Dodge Dart. Sponsored by Smith Stokes Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle. That's Dodge WTQR lane. Time 7:03 flat. Beautiful command of the tower lane of Tim Downer from North Carolina. Taking on the Dodge Challenger in the WTQR lane with Houston from Cleveland, North Carolina from Opar. Super stock, staging lane 7-8. Getting the wind there, 8701 on a 7-flat. taking on the Chevy 2 in the WTQO lane. Of Ken Mertens from Candler, North Carolina, the Chevy 2. Tower side, 702 on a 7 plant is your winner. Chevy Monza completed the burnout. Jeff Gaffney from Lexington, Kentucky. Here's the tower lane. Camaro, 1967 Chevrolet. Once again, we need super stock, staging lanes 7 and 8, please. Super stock eliminator to staging lanes 7 and 8. Wormy. Saw that Hutchins burn. With a 5:06 reaction time from McKinney. Tower side was dead on with a 1. Oh, yeah. Next up, Ashley Parker here on the tower side. From New Bern, North Carolina. Chuck Sanders from Point Pleasant, West Virginia. In the Camaro WTQR side. Danny Waters Jr., the defending world champion of the Tower Lane of the Raceway, sponsored by Snapback with Sandback headache powder, and David Blue in the WTQR in the Mopar entry. David, a local racer here in Farmington, he used to compete Danny Waters having some problems there on the tower side. He's pulling off the edge there. He's coasting down through the finish line. The bottle stops coming off on the Chevelle. He chases him down. He breaks. Jake Corker, WTQR side of the raceway from Clayton, North Carolina. Terry White on the tower side. That beautiful flaming Camaro from Lexington, Kentucky. As we work through this large field of Chuck Chisholm did not qualify for the quick 8. Your number 9, 10, 11, and 12 qualifiers in the Pro Modified quick 8 qualifying yesterday. Here comes your Pro Modified. The quick 8 will follow in the staging lanes. They are waiting. Pro Modified drag racing born in the Southeast. Came from the ranks of IHRA top sportsmen. The engine and nitrous oxide combination increasing the horsepower on these machines. As we are set to go, the non-qualifiers race set to begin. This is give them 1934 Chevrolet here on the tower side of the raceway. Chris Clyde from Mooresville, North Carolina, here in the Tower Lane. Taking on the Jack Rabbit Racing Team from Greensboro, North Carolina. The Jerry Hostel Ford Probe Mountain Motor Ford built by John Causey providing the horsepower. North Carolina. A lot of pro-modified quick A racers from that part of the country, as I do believe Ed Hoover, Scotty Cannon, those guys are down from the Columbia, Greenville, right in that area right there. A lot of fast door slammers here this weekend, and a lot of great traction and a lot of great elapsed times and speed. Your final pair winner here of the consolation race, pair number 2, will take on Dr. Blank Davis Maynard in the next round, the final round of the consolation event. A lot of smoke coming out of the Camaro on the tower side of the raceway. Sonny Tyndall would like to put some cash in Deb's pocketbook. His lovely wife, Deb, the secretary of the Christian Association, keeps all the paperwork. We're fixing to see the boys are rolling them in. It's meant to cut them off. Number 1 qualifier, a 412 down to a 427. So 15/100ths of a second separating the number 1 and number 8 qualifier. Buzz Varner on the tower side of the raceway. Behind the controls of his Tommy Mooney built Pontiac Firebird. Charlie Buzz Jr. providing the horsepower. And in the WTQR lane, the Dylan Morgan sponsored 1968 Camaro built by Conway Yard. That is Bill Greenfield from Greenville, North Carolina. With sponsorship from Parks Pro Performance Centers. Gene Fulton prepared 700 the semifinal round. Next pair in the water box, a Ford and Chevrolet matchup. Adding to the drama last night, Tommy Mooney was a non-qualifier heading into the final round of qualifying. He burst out with a 4:15 lap time, taking the number 2. Jerry Williams finished up your number 6 qualifier in the Ford Probe built by Jerry Haas race cars out of Fenton, Missouri. The big Mount Motor Ford built by Charlie Long of Apex, North Carolina. His machine sponsored by Mellon Construction of King, North Carolina, and Dan Beck Ford of Yankeeville. Tommy Mooney in the second team car of the Bam Racing Team, sponsored by Red Line Oil Company. Tommy Mooney, the car builder and former two-time IHRA World Champion and IHRA World Champion. Gene Fulton, the name on the hood scoop, it means horsepower. That engine shop turns out some work folks down there in Spartanburg. Right there off of Highway 1021. I do believe Tommy's power plant underneath the hood of that machine, the name on the valve cover, Austin 316. Oh, baby. Oh yeah, baby, your next and final pair, warming them up right now. Your number 1 qualifier, the man that turned the heads last night with a 4:12 elapsed time at over 176 miles per hour. Steve Vick from Knoxville, North Carolina, the former TM race car, the 68 come out, taking on Todd Tutterow on the tower side of the raceway. Tom Johnson Camping Center, Secure One Security Systems, and 104 WTQR. After a John Clark, come out. He's taking on the glass. Let's see. Charlie Buck trying to make some more horsepower there for Tutterow, as these close cars are really putting up some numbers here in the heat of the day. Tutterow making a shakedown run right on 419 yesterday. And he's going to be a whole shot. Big with a 412 in his pocket. Here we go. Has to back out of Tutterow, the upset. T.C. Morris from Boston, Kentucky on the tower side, finished number 3 in the world in the Superstock points of IHRA last year. The Chevy Deuce 680 taking on the defending world champion, Anthony Bertazzi, out of Richmond, Virginia. 673 dial in for the punch for performance here in Savannah. Your next pair up on the starting line, Jerry Donahue from Roanoke, Virginia, the Tower Lane, Superstock GTC Ford Mustang, and Quaid Clarendon, North Carolina, here on the Tower side, the race on the CQR side. Safety lane number 3, our the Chevy 2 from Ardmore, Alabama. Taking on Jeff Bordeaux from Durham, North Carolina. His Super Stock PC Automatic 69 Camaro, the TQR Lane. The production series is different from the normal PC Automatic Camaro. Next up, it's the Flintstone. Jimmy Flint, the WTQR Lane of the Raceway from Walnut Cove. The WTQR Lane with the Fulton 331 cubic inch small block with a 4-speed down to 3 and Missy Phillips. From Farmington, North Carolina on the Tower side, the 1992 Pontiac Grand Am down to 689. To the EG booth, please. Next up, George Houston in the WTQR Lane, 4-speed Chevy Nova taking on Danny Carr from Florence, Alabama on the Tower side. The 69 Camaro Auto 686 and a 658 going to George Houston, Virginia, base Chevy Nova. In the 1969 Camaro, Super Stock PE Automatic on the Tower side. Gene Poole prepared a small block for Jennings from Landrum, South Carolina. Bob Earnhardt on the WTQR side is South Carolina-based Oldsmobile Achieva down to 612. All right, here we go. controls of his 69 collab. About first and iron worker. 660 plus 677 for good old calibration. Mike Boyle on tower side. Of the Chevy Deuce, the silver machine on a 625. And Donna Morris in the WTQR lane from Boston, Kentucky, finished number 2 in the world in IHRA Super Stock points. She's on a 649. Winding down this first round of IHRA Super Stock Eliminator. But Skinner running the number. Next up, James Stoneman in the Mighty Mouse, WTQR side of the raceway. And his Chevy Nova from Winston-Salem. Dr. McCuddle's Body Shop and Buck Racing Engine. Tower side is going to be Ronnie Burke for Hurley, Virginia on the Tower Lane. Superstock PE Automatic down to 667. 637 for Stoneman in the Superstock production. 14. WTQR side raceway from Wade, North Carolina, the Dodge Daytona on a 612. Robert Ford from Whiteville, North Carolina, the Tower Lane. The red Chevy Deuce is for sale. Finished number 4 in the IHRA Superstock points last year. Breakout win for Robert. Jonathan Boyle from King, North Carolina, the WTQR Lane Raceway, the Ford Falcon. Down in on a 690. Taking on Marvin Donahue from Roanoke, Virginia, behind the controls of the Mustang 2, down to 629. Ford versus Ford, Falcon and Mustang. Your next man, Roger Keeling on the Tower side from Scott Depot, West Virginia. A pair of beautiful Pontiac Firebirds in the Tower Lane 99 Firebirds with a 350-inch fire plant, 327 cubic inch for Ronnie Williams from Jacksonville, North Carolina, the WTQR Lane. 672 in the WTQR Lane, the bright red, 636. call out of Packlet Mills, South Carolina. You are tagged at Chevy 267. And Mark Young from Wake Forest, North Carolina. 351 cubic inch small block Mustang. TQR side, Harold Carter. Side on the Knoxville, North Carolina, behind the controls of the Camaro, the Tower Lane on a 613. Richie DeCola, owner of the machine on the TQR side. The driver, Billy Dragster from LaGrange, North Carolina. Down to 679. He'll lead first in James Wilson Superstock Production P Automatic. Chevrolet Cloud will chase it down. The double breakout winner, WTQR side, 76-1 on a 79. So that concludes the first round of Super Stock Eliminator. In the water box right now, getting ready to go our next category of Super Raw. The defending Super Raw champion in the Tower Lane of the Raceway, Gilmer Henshaw from Elon College, North Carolina. From Charlie Beretta Hammer Time. Taking on the Dodge Daytona WTQR side of Bernard Weaver. Here's a 640 heads up. North Carolina, home of the Carolina Mustangs. WTQR side, the King Rat. Chevrolet come out and on the 640 standard on the Tower side, Greg Cole from Kinston, North Carolina, the solid black. Chevrolet come out the Tower Lane. The heads up, 314. This machine creeps. Alright folks, this is Modified Eliminator coming up right now. The class racers based on weight per cubic inch. Our first there in the water box, full body machine, Econo Modified, and in the Chevrolet Camaro 602. He'll be chasing the Chevy 2 of Ronnie Flint from Louisville, North Carolina, just right up the road here. Flint, D-modified tire, dialed in a 622. some pop goods. So your dragster coast through the finish line of 14 flat on a 509 is your winner. Right now, a pair of C-altered machines on the tower side. David Hornaday from Lexington, South Carolina, behind the controls of the Opel GT, and Leroy Program on the WTQR side from Central South Carolina. It's a hands-up C-altered run on the starting line right now. Racers in Superstock and Modified. Steve McCurry from Cana, Virginia, the Tower Lane Raceway. His BE Cutter Modified set on a 590. 332 for Linwood Tardy from Rocky Mount, Virginia, behind the controls of the G Modified production. The Partsville Performance Center. You are late on a 498 running in Dragster. Finished number 4 in the world in the points of Modified. This year he's running in 7th right now. Dane Pearson in the Tower Lane, the South Carolina base. TQR lane dead on. Stacy Lundy from Summerville, South Carolina, here on the Tower Side Raceway. This Chevrolet Corvette running in C-altered down to 534. And Wayne Allison, last weekend's big winner. He's from Pacolet, South Carolina. His AE Econo Modified Wayne Allison, your winner of 579 on a 576 with a 506 reaction time. Once again, quick ride. Here we go. This is the current points leader in IHRA Modified and defending world champion from Huntsville, Alabama, Dennis Mitchell. His Cavalier Z24 on a 522. The Dragster will be chasing Matt DeCoff out of New Haven, Vermont. He does a 497 for the BE Color Dragster. DeCoff, the winner, 498 on a 497. Casey McCurry at the controls here at CE Econo Modified. From Cana, Virginia, the wagon down to 626. A 487 going to the Chrysler Powered Dragster of Kenny Martin from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Home of the Tar Heels. He'll be chasing the Chevy 2. You boys got your money on the Chevy 2? Or y'all got your money on the Dragster? parts for performance centers. Sponsored Dragster from Richmond, Virginia. Take it on the altered Chevrolet Beretta, the Falls Dixon sponsored entry. That is the machine of Michael Wright. 511 dial in for the C-altered Beretta. 493 for the Dragster advertising. In the TQM lane for Michael Wright. And our final pair here is modified eliminators. Up next will be Quick Rod. Here on the tower side of the raceway, it's going to be the B-Econo altered Oldsmobile of Tim Sloan from Broadway, North Carolina. A 595 to Kenny Melton from Hillsborough, Virginia. The Chevrolet tower side will be Doubtless out of I-41. The tower lane, it is Ronnie Davis, the king, Ronnie Davis from Wilburn, Georgia on the tower side. His 63 split window Corvette. Dialed in on a 484 on the tower side. He'll be tasted and he'll be flying too. Between the dial leads. This will be tight. Sandy the Fan Flea Wilson. Frank Teague on the CQR side. And here on the tower side, the Pontiac, that is Lee Sloan. Lee Sloan from Mount Airy on the tower side of the raceway. 526 dial in for the Pontiac, and Frank Teague in the WTQR lane from Hickory, North Carolina. The couple plate side. We got a drag race, baby. Too fast. Knock it off. Last weekend's WCS winner here in round number 1. Next up in the WTQR lane, Lee's mom, that is Polly Sloan on the WTQR side. 544 dial in for her Pontiac Trans Am. On the tower side of 506, going to Sandy, the Sam Flea Wilkins. Here in the tower lane. Volley of 54 on a 44. Dixon. He's on a 495. Bill Bader Sr. to the Tommy Tower, please. If you are here, Bill Bader Sr. to the Tommy Tower, please. For Johnny Kia. Corvette of Real Hancock from Pulaski, Virginia. Taking on Stacy Hall from Boiling Springs, South Carolina. It is a small block Chevrolet. 472 cubic inches. Looks like problems for the Tower Lane. Ralph Hancock has... All right, here on the tower side, the Chevrolet Beretta. Completing the burnout, Mike Westmoreland out of Oak Ridge, North Carolina, taking on James Button in the WTQR lane from Statesville, North Carolina. Button, the winner of the Bogey Run yesterday afternoon, General with a 0. And here he is on the WTQR side, the beautiful Corvette, out of 542. The Tower Lane, the Delta Controls Beretta of Phil Holt and Mike Westmoreland on a 503 in the Tower Lane. 500 cubic inch, the machine, the Beretta, with a little assist of nitrous oxide. With a better reaction time. Next year, these guys ran each other in time trials this morning. Number 1 and number 2 in the world last year here in the Tower Lane, the Doug Hubbard Performance Park. Pontiac Firebird, built by Wally Stroop Race Cars. Gary Bingham, Mountain on a 522. A former world champion and top sportsman, taking on the defending top sportsman world champion. That is Jeff Dobbins to the WTQR lane. His Chevrolet Beretta for sale. He's got a 525. Only 3/100ths of a second. Reaction time at the finish line. It is the Tower Lane. It is Gary Bingham taking the win. 524 on a 22 as there was a 4-5. Man that receives the buy run here in round number 1 of Top Sportsman. It is Todd Baker from Taylorsville, North Carolina. Pontiac Trans Am. Next up on deck will be Top Dragster. Top Baker of 525 bull. Ronnie Hood and the Bamsoy team. The Red Line Oil Company sponsored entry. Cutterow and John Clemens using bus racing engines in King, North Carolina. John Clemens got plenty of least but not last, don't let me forget Greg Vogler landscaping on the side of the Corvette of Don Clemens. Cutterow throws the upset in round number 1. Steve Vick with tire shake has to back out. Todd Cutterow will pick up that win, trying to make it one more time to the final round. Can he knock off Ronnie Hood from Lenore, North Carolina? Here on the TQR side, Cutterow from Louisville, North Carolina, just right up the road here. Don Clemens, he's from Asman, just right down here, Highway 801. Who do you think, folks? Do you think Cutterow can pull off 2 upsets in a row? have a competitor, long-time big horsepower machine. I believe this is Mr. Graves behind the controls of the Russell with the advantage here on the quality all side. He does it. Dictating 2-4 the win. Will make it to the next round. Quality old side, now in the 640, ready to take on George Houston. Chevrolet Nova entry, 661 that aisle in for the big Nova car. He'll lead first. Casey's going to have to run him down. Once again, we need modified. Back to the stage for round 2. Second lane, 5 and 6. Right now, consideration won that now. IHRA won that now. Right away behind the control with Mr. Phillips, the Liberty, North Carolina. A little job out there ready to take on Tracy Robbins and his Chevrolet come out to the east of IHRA Superstock machine moving into Pontiac. You see behind the advanced machine. Mr. Robbins, the 14. Once again, next round to modify. Next round. Doesn't wait. Red lights it out. Into with advance. The young lady, 83 on at 88. Woo! Silver sitting in one of us right now. Second generation drag racer. See him go up. For the drag race season. His dad also run down the farm many a time. Stephen Jennings out of Atlanta, South Carolina. Basically waiting on one of us. Do a little maintenance on the drag strip. Really dialed in on the 624 here on the quality of the home side. Ready to take on Clay Bowler. Behind it is all another second generation drag racer. Robbins, nice early alongside, both drivers. Set about the sports, your ass grow up. Get ready to square off here at round 6. Just going to make it up, try it one more time, make sure to get those times. 683 for Bullard. Hands up the middle. Down for quick rod. Change lanes 3 and 4. Quick rod. Change lanes 3 and 4 for second round. Here's Jimmy Commander's wall race. But the reaction time what spells the difference between the win and lose here in round number 2. Ryan Skinner moving it right now from North Carolina in Chevrolet Nova car. Ready to take down Roger Keeley, Scott Depot, West Virginia. Good looking brand new Pontiac Firebird. Yes, sir. See the wheels glistening in the sunlight, bright red fire, red 642 will be the dial in as Skinner in the Nova car. Chevy 2-car will have to run down the version of Superstock entry here. TG car, careful to stay. Rocking it into me. Long-time veteran Gene Goddard moving up right now to Salem, Virginia. Another veteran. Chevrolet now to 670, 648 in the Camaro. Once again, we need quick rod, safety lane 3 and 4. Quick rod, safety lane 3 and 4 for round number 2.